Welcome back to Miracle Mask, Part 7.
At any of Sorting,
Layton recounts his past experiences with the Mask of Chaos.
Professor, shouldn't you speak in the first person there?
Is there a clue about the mask somewhere within Layton's past? I have to stick exactly to the script here.
So yeah, we're starting with the first. So yeah, we're starting with the first flashback chapter, "The Secret of Norwell."
Should I?
Don't worry, Dwebs. Don't worry, Dwebs. You'll have a frame of reference with the first few cutscenes because they're voiced.
The first I heard of the Mask of Chaos, it must have been about 18 years ago.
When you were 18.
Exactly.
Or
18. All right.
Fencing.
There you go. So now we got an explanation why he's so good at sword fighting. He practiced it. He's been practicing since at a young age. So.
Oh, I love fencing. Fencing's quite possibly my favorite sport.
Yeah, I've tried this a few times too. It is fun.
What about you, Dwebs?
Actually,
I've never tried fencing.
Actually, he lost.
Actually, you lost, Layton.
Yeah.
That's you without your hat.
Well, when he was young, he doesn't have this hair anymore.
I look like the Fourth Doctor.
So this
he was hiding that.
Oh, guys! Apparently, he's not interested in archaeology. So let's try to listen, because this is good.
You can't be serious. Yes, I'm very.
And yes, that's your Lowenthal.
Yes, as Layton's best friend.
Any idea what this could mean?
I love the interaction here.
This guy is my best friend.
So is it that ridiculous hair he's hiding under that hat?
No, Shiroi. When he's an adult, a full-grown adult, he doesn't have this hair anymore.
You won't regret it, I swear.
You'll see. You'll see when we get to Lost Future.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Basically, Randall is the one who actually was passionate for archaeology back then.
Another one of these silly expeditions of yours.
Silly expeditions. The irony.
Who's Layton in this flashback?
Christopher Miller.
Silly adventure.
I
think I might be onto something big this time. Oh, really? Do tell.
Yeah, you can tell he's sounding. He's going for more young voice, but you can still tell it's him.
Something beyond your wildest dreams, Herschel.
Basically, Randall is incredibly passionate about archaeology, whereas Layton doesn't really give a shit.
You've proven your legs work. Now please exercise your backside.
Oh, do all your teachers have that big a forehead?
Is their teacher voiced by John Cleese? That would be awesome. But, yeah.
You'll be the famous scholar.
You know, Layton, even your younger.
Hopefully, by when you say names are in all the papers, you don't mean the detention papers. How's that voice? Is that good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It works fine. I mean, the voice is not that different. So the voice is not that different. So, whatever.
I just gotta make it a little bit younger.
Yeah, that's all you really have to do. Basically,
sort of like what you did for Last Spectre.
Basically, remember that time when we did that flashback to explain Amy's backstory, and you did a younger Layton voice. You shouldn't have done that.
And you tried a younger voice.
You shouldn't have done that because it was only a few years back. It was here that you should have premiered that voice. Just a little,
yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we go. That clock never seems to tell the right time, nor does my watch at that.
Perfect. Go with that. Pedro, maybe you should...
Because schools are fucking...
Click the A button, maybe?
What was that puzzle Randall was rabbiting on about? I just couldn't get my head around it at all.
Oh yeah, that's right. Irony. Layton wasn't that into puzzles back in the day.
Yeah, it's Randall who introduced him to puzzles.
I know. Can you believe that? Layton who's not
basically, chapters 2, 4, and 6 of this game are going to tell the entire story of how Layton became the puzzle-loving archaeologist that we know him as today.
I like
Four
that.
people are talking at the end of a very enjoyable evening party, comparing at the correct time. My watch is always 20 minutes slow. This whole thing is 10 minutes slow.
I set mine 5 minutes fast. For some reason.
Mine is 10 minutes fast.
Well, okay.
What time is it?
Okay, you moron. Why would you set your clock 5 minutes fast? Okay, I guess he was feeling random that day. Anyway, yeah.
I know some people.
I
know some people like to set their watches earlier than they should be to just to make sure they're always on time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, basically it's yet another
Exactly.
deduction puzzle. Basically, examine exactly what they say, compare, and figure out what could be the only possible explanation that confirms all of the four statements. So I'm thinking right now about it. So yeah, the watch is only one of them says that the watch is 40 minutes slow. The other one says it's 5 minutes fast. When they can all be right. So what's the correct
See,
time?
these days you can just check what the TV says.
Here goes.
And your phone at times. And yes, Layton has complete different
I love,
animations too for his younger self.
Yeah, and I love what he says. Puzzles can be quite fun. He's starting to discover his life's passion.
Little does he know that his entire life and career will become devoted to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, I should be a puzzle maker.
Oh, but Layton,
Time waits for no man, Collins keeps telling us. Doesn't seem quite fair that I always have to wait for time.
Oh,
Why
but
do I have
Layton,
my finger pointed up?
I don't know. Oh,
You're practicing for your later career, Herschel. By the way,
in the cross.
I'll be right back.
by the way,
Meanwhile-
okay. By the way, Joe, don't forget to call him Herschel while in these chapters because he's not a professor yet.
I know, Herschel. Of
Here,
course.
in here, he's known as Herschel.
Right. Well, Herschel, this is. Well, should I tell him about his future?
No, don't tell him
Break the
yet.
space-time continuum.
Yeah,
Now that you're all seated, kindly find your books to page 13.
trust me.
It's open, sir.
Trust me.
Today we're talking about Donald Redlew's and his groundbreaking work, Ancient
Mr. Collins,
Stories.
it's Rutledge.
Rutledge. Thank you, student. Now, Rutledge investigated
Rutledge! It's
Rutledge.
Rutledge, sir.
Rutledge.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jo-
the origins
Jo-
of Dick Layton.
Jo-
He got so fed up with correcting people.
Hold on, guys. Identify the
His
linking
own
factor, the
teacher.
common denominator, the universal code is term Azran. Azran.
Oh,
That's right, everybody.
Azran.
The
Yes,
really scratch the surface of all there is to know about the Azran. That's right, everybody. We're starting to foreshadow Azran Legacy, the last game in the series that takes place after this.
but the discovery of
But
the
not before we do our
was a
playthrough of
fruit
Lost Future, it's not.
Yeah.
archaeology initiative. Even though I consider Lost Future a much better send-off, but hey, that's me.
I can understand that.
Technically in the US and Europe, the crossover game was the send-off.
True.
Oh, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And I kind of like that as a send-off because
Well,
it involves Ace Attorney.
that's
What better
not
way than to
art
include the inspiration
facts.
as a send-off?
About the ending, but whatever. A, B, C, and D each found a unique object at a different depth in the ruins. Based on the following statements, fill in the missing information about each artifact, its material, and its depth. The doll is made of wood. B dug 100 centimeters deeper than D and found something at 150 centimeters deep. An item made of blue-tinged metal was found deeper down than the wooden one. The pot is made of sandy clay, and the coin was found in a shallower place than the sword.
So yeah, once again, basically math combined with deduction, basically. Oh, by the way,
Okay, I have to go.
no, no. But going back to what you were saying, no, I can understand that. Lost Future is still my favorite Layton game. Don't get me wrong. I just think that Azran Legacy did a great job, especially with those lines. Again, like for example, Shira, just to give you an idea, there's literally a point where one character, I won't say which character, but there's one character who literally turns to another character and says, and I'm quoting here, "One last puzzle for old time's sake." Like there are a lot of the writing is made tailor-made specifically as a little to be a nostalgic goodbye from level 5 to the fans.
Well, considering how much I've grown to love this series over the past year, this is going to be very depressing, isn't it?
Well, it is the last game, and so so it had to be something special, obviously.
Well, technically not the last game over here in America.
Well,
Unless-
well, that's not really Level 5's fault because back in Japan, the crossover came out before Azran Legacy. The problem was how Nintendo handled the localizations of those games.
Yeah, I know. So believe it or not, Layton's return was actually advertised to us Americans. Behold, the return of Layton.
Yeah, it was actually.
Here goes.
Here goes.
Time, of course. So yeah, I can't
He
wait to
looks
bring that up
relieved.
when we get to the... So I can't wait to bring that up when we get to the crossover.
Quite a successful expedition, indeed. We found
Yep.
a sword.
Anywho, Pedro, part of the Aston Legacy that big a send-off is because, like, well, you know, there's the stinger ending, which ends with them going to Curious Village, which to me just feels into a lead-in. It's like saying, go play the original trilogy now.
First of all, Joe, you just spoiled it. Thank you.
Well, that's not really spoiling the story because, like, well, you know that they're going to
It's not spoiling the
Curious
story,
Village.
but the surprise factor of the very last cutscene after the credits is kind of nice for as a surprise. Jesus Christ,
Really?
man!
Really, I didn't consider it that much a surprise, but I
Joe, but
apologize in that regard.
The whole point of the Curious Village thing was to have the series go full circle. I mean, come on, it's pretty obvious.
Sorry. But I'm saying is like, well, because of that, I don't really consider it that much a send-off, so much as it's, you know, an interquel of sorts. You know, sort of like how the prequel trilogy of Star Wars is just a way of saying, all right, go see the original trilogy now. It doesn't feel so much like an end, so much as, you know, a new chapter.
As long as you don't spoil the actual ending, that's fine.
Oh, I'm not going to spoil the actual ending. To do that would be a crime. So much that I find myself guilty.
Okay,
Yeah, we know. You already know this. We know. Anyway.
And I was just going to make a joke. Don't worry, I was just going to make a joke. The actual ending is, I know, Layton, it turns out, Layton's hat is magic. He can jump inside like TARDIS.
Actually, believe it or not, before Lost Future came out, fans were throwing out all kinds of theories that were just as crazy as yours, believe it or not. Jova, you're up.
Sir, let me do it. Let me. Ascot? Alright then.
So he's nicknamed him Ascot.
Randall Ascot, yeah.
Also, 14. Bite of Bygone Days.
Bite of Bygone Days.
So yeah, Randall Ascot. This was the Layton's best friend who died tragically.
Oh, Ascot is actual last name.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Oh wait, never mind.
Actually, no, Joe, but it's not a spoiler.
Never mind. They say that.
It was mentioned in the earlier conversation.
The tension of the flashbacks is not so much whether he of him dying so much, is the circumstances of how he dies and what happened before that too. Not so much. That's one thing that I actually do like. They instead of drawing the drama purely and exclusively from a surprise death, instead they flat out tell you right from the beginning that he does die. It's just a matter of how exactly did it happen and why. What are the circumstances in specific? So I like that.
Yeah.
I like that they didn't go for that. So awesome. Anyway, basically what we have to do is we have to compare the teeth in the teeth marks with the correct mouth. So basically it's all about observation. You know what? After playing Dr. Lautrec for how long? I must have played that game for like 3 months straight. After playing that game for 3 months straight, it's such a.
Also, that's where he got the idea. Also, that's where Layton got the idea for the finger points as well.
Yep.
It was.
So it wasn't Phoenix.
Dr. Lautrec.
Surprisingly.
So you're saying Dr. Lautrec?
After playing that game for 3 months straight, in that game, the puzzles not only are so simplistic and sometimes badly designed, and it's, again, like I said before, it's the same 5 puzzles repeated over and over and over. So it's such a, you have no guys have no idea how refreshing it is for me to, you know, comment on this now, just to, you know, heal myself.
Until we commentate on the track.
I still have yet to see a full playthrough of that.
Don't worry, Jova.
No.
Don't worry, Jova. As soon as I'm done recording this, I'll start recording Dr. Lautrec.
So are we going to be the first to do a full playthrough of that game?
The game sold that badly that no one even put up a playthrough of it.
Well, actually, Dwebs, there is one person, female Let's Player that actually has posted an entire playthrough of that. The problem is that she doesn't have a capture card, so she did the whole thing with a camera recording you know, she put the 3DS right next to a phone camera, I think, and she recorded the whole game like that. So once again,
we're gonna make commentary history, of course.
Yeah, we're pretty much gonna do that.
Yeah, just like we were the first people to commentate on Ballistic X versus Sever.
And one of the first commentary groups to apparently ever do School Days of commentary. Seriously.
Basically,
we're awesome.
Basically,
Yeah.
Everybody, since Lost Future is going to be a 5-member project, unlike the other Layton games, the game that will replace this one is going to be Dr. Lautrec. God, forgive us all.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you know what's funny about our commentary of Ballistic?
What?
What?
it had been 12 years by that point since the film came out, and when we did the commentary. So in 12 years, no one bothered to commentate on it.
And yet we were the first 4 Sips to decide to do it. It's gotten us a lot of popularity, I can say, judging on how many subscribers we amassed.
That in school days.
Yep, good old school days.
Our most popular videos is when we commentate on dry, inept movies.
Yep.
Oh, also Ace Attorney, though. Our Ace Attorney vids also have the most vids out of the bunch.
Anyway,
Thank
basically
goodness.
what's happening here is Randall is asking about the Mask of Chaos, and Donald Rutledge, sorry Dwebs, it's kind of hard for me to pronounce this kind of stuff. But then again, I have an excuse. English, unlike Jova, English is not my native language, so I have that excuse at least.
Hey, I have an excuse too. We don't have the British accents over here.
True, but my excuse is stronger than yours.
There's got to be at least some people in New York that are British.
There are English, there are Welsh-speaking villages in America.
We have some Welsh people, but I'm not quite sure about I mean English people. God dang it! You British and your English and your Wales and your United Kingdom and everything. Blah.
Dover, you're getting so many things wrong. I'm glad I'm not in the same room as you right now.
He's trying.
I'm trying, okay?
Into 9 pieces. It was actually restored once before, but well, let's just say one of the research assistants is a bit of a butterfingers. It used to be a 3x3 square, but you can get it back to normal. Since it's quite fragile and broken enough as it is, you can only move 3 pieces at a time horizontally or vertically. Put it back together in the center of the grid.
So basically, it's literally a puzzle in every sense of the word. Slide the pieces horizontally and vertically. You can move them.
Pedro.
I'm sorry. I'm being called. I'm being called by my mom. Hello?
Wait. What?
No, mom. I did not forget to bring my lunch money.
Actually, it's interesting you say that, because as we're going to learn, I think in the next part, if I remember correctly, Layton's mom is actually very overprotective.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, Mom.
Wow.
I've made my bed.
If only if his mom, could see what her son were doing nowadays.
Indeed. Anyway, basically, I'm just I think my brain farted here, because all I have to do is move that thing upward, and yet for some reason I'm not doing it right away. Don't ask me why.
That EXE is malfunctioning.
Hold on. I think it says here.
Every puzzle has an answer.
Every puzzle has an answer. There you go. That's where he got it from.
Wow, Layton got a lot of things from his friend Ascot, wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah. Basically, Randall was pretty much the one who pushed him. I mean, as you could see, he is very enthusiastic and he loves to drag his friends along. So, yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the origin of Dick Layton going to the toilet in the middle of a commentary.
Oh, so that's how it happened?
All right, students, that's it for today. You may
anyway, let me try to... I didn't finish explaining that earlier, so allow me.
Wow,
basically
what
happened earlier is that Randall was asking questions about Ronald Ledge's discovery of the Mask of Chaos, because that's what he's searching right now. Randall is basically investigating about the Mask of Chaos. So, yeah.
Oh.
What got into you today, pestering him about that mask? Is this to do with your treasure hunting expedition?
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, so you want to know now, do you? You do. Don't deny it, Hirsch.
Well, also, why do people keep calling me Doctor Who? Hey, no need to be smug. I just wonder why he'd be daft enough to wind up old crotchety Collins.
That's his nickname among the students, by the way.
Well, I suppose if you come over to my house later, I could tell you about it.
But my mum says I gotta be home for tea.
I mean, if you really want to know, I can't really hide it from you, can I?
Randall, old chum. Sometimes I think you live on a different planet.
Old chum. Now there's a word that transcends both countries. I wish. Randall is very adventurous, let's say.
Yeah, he is.
Leave school with Randall.
Anyway, Thank you. And I love how in the journal in the past it's his red vest instead of the top hat. Nice detail there. Meanwhile, I'm going back to the present section of the so I can typical thing in video games. Whenever I see a new mark or an exclamation mark of new stuff, I always have to pick them specifically so I can get them out of the way. Don't ask me why. It's just a fucking weird obsession I have.
Luke, how are you enjoying
Hold
the
on.
story so far?
Jova's up because this character right here, that fat guy, he's voiced by Troy Baker. So and Jova's voicing him. So
Yep.
Troy Baker.
yeah,
Troy Baker
playing a fat guy. You figure that one out.
Troy Baker and Lanny Manella in the same game.
And Laura Bailey.
And Laura
Know
Bailey,
what
of course.
that means? Yes. And Laura Bailey.
Basically,
Yeah,
I'm
Troy
looking for
Baker and
endpoints.
Laura Bailey in the same game. You know what that means?
What?
Let's add another count. to
Sonic
the
Generations! And also, let's add another count to the Troy Baker
That's
and Laura
umbrella.
Bailey are back together.
Is there
list.
something that they haven't been in at some point, whether it's together or otherwise?
Well, Laura Bailey was not in Last of
Or
Us.
umbrella.
Actually, wait, no. She was an additional voice, if I remember correctly. Yeah, she was. Even that game couldn't escape it. Jesus Christ.
No game can escape it.
Anyway, the Broken Brawley.
Okay.
Please.
Oh, dang! Even The Last of Us.
A friend of yours is having a bit of trouble.
I got it. Dual Destinies. Troy Baker was Simon Blackwell, but I don't think Laura Bailey was anyone.
No,
A
she
sudden
wasn't.
gust of wind has broken my favourite Brawley. It was my favourite too. I was hoping to buy a new one with the same exact design, but all the umbrellas here look pretty similar. I don't know which one to get. Which umbrella should he pick?
So yeah, basically, I have to look at the umbrellas and see exactly which one has the exact same design. So basically, there we go. So basically, I have to take a good look at the umbrella on the bottom screen and compare them with the ones on the top screen. And notice all the little minor details that you might find. I'm just bringing up the text again so I can take one.
Hey.
Actually, Dwebs, I don't think that's the answer if I remember correctly, but you'll see. Hold on. Okay, so there's that white
Oh,
straw.
no,
There. Remember.
I thought it was spot the difference. I didn't think it was which one matches.
No, you literally have to see which one matches, but literally any difference, you'll see. Hold on, which umbrella matches. Basically, I'm taking a good look at all the umbrellas right now. Yeah, and basically, I was planning on using the memo function to cross out which ones, but the memo function only works for. There we go. See, you have to take a look at this particular because not all of them have that thing that I just circled. So that's a little.
It's always the little things that matter.
It's always the little things in these puzzles. So
It's
yeah.
like you could be looking for all the hidden differences, but then there are the ones that are right in front of your face.
Pretty much. That's pretty much how a Layton puzzle is. It melts your brain. It makes you completely go, oh my god, what the fuck, this is impossible. And then when you actually figure out the solution, you go, wait a minute. The solution was staring right in my face. How did I not see this? That's pretty much that's the.
Those are the types of puzzles I hate the most.
Ah, that's exactly what makes the
Unless
puzzle
it's-
brilliant.
The ones that make you feel like a moron.
Yeah.
I still think though that my favorite puzzles are the ones that have you do a logic battle with the computer, like that wine glass one last Spectre, or that water fountain battle one. Those ones are neat.
Well, we are gonna have the first ever puzzle battle. That's right. Even though puzzle battles technically debuted in Lost Future, this is where Layton had his first puzzle battle in this game. But that's not until part like 18, if I
Yes,
remember
Layton,
correctly.
I think I got that.
Oh, how many parts are gonna be in Miracle Mask?
Remember, Jova, this game has quite more gameplay than the other ones. I mean, this is.
Oh yeah, that's right. 3DS game.
Chapter
So they
6,
can actually make them longer.
Chapter 6 alone is basically possibly the biggest deviation from Layton
There's no
gameplay
name
ever.
written on it.
Anyway, let's talk to Troy. I think.
Trying to remember
one-
what his voice sounds like in this game.
Basically, Jova, just go all. You have to sound like oi and shit. You know that kind of voice. Go ahead.
Hi, it's Brascott and Layton.
Yeah, that voice, exactly.
What you two ninnies going on today?
Yeah, that's exactly...
Okay, then Jack Sparrow it is.
That's the voice. That's actually the voice that Troy gives him, so go ahead.
Wow, I'm in sync. It's not rubbish. Even you have to see that archaeology is fun. Or are you too cool for fun? What's the point in fun if it's not going to earn you any cash? I'm setting up my own hotel business. I'm going to make an even bigger fortune than my old man.
Basically, he's the son of an hotel manager, and he plans on becoming his successor, basically.
I bet the only reason you all like that ancient history golf is because it'll get you out of this out, right? I happen to like the sillage. I'll only be leaving to get a degree in archaeology, and there's nowhere better than Gressenheller.
Gressenheller, that's also...
Gressenheller. Ring any bells? Good. While you're off mincing around in London, I'll be building my hotel empire. Wow, I guess he agrees with you on your thoughts of London, Dwibs.
Jova?
Not a problem, Dalston. I'll just use your hotel as a base of operations for my fact-finding expeditions.
Alright,
Hold steady, there's a bit of a lag!
Yeah, bit of lag. Meanwhile, animated cutscene.
I hear it too.
But luckily it's over with now.
This is actually one of my favorite cutscenes. Hey, look, and here's Randall's girlfriend. He has wonderful taste in girls.
Of course, Laura Bailey.
Hey, Randall.
You know, Pedro, considering how Laura Bailey voices one of the antagonists in Bioshock Infinite, I wouldn't be surprised if you still find her charming in that game.
Yeah, I love the interaction between the three of them from this point on.
She's as radiant as ever.
And she likes the most handsome chap in town.
Too bad for you.
Right, Layton.
Oh, Angela.
Don't you take that.
You're fast.
Is that anyone but your best friend?
Well, I suppose I could be a little nicer.
You think?
He needs to stop running away from his...
I don't know.
Yes,
These are some of the
nicer.
nicest teenagers I've ever seen.
Perhaps he's just not interested.
Thank you. I think I can change that. I've got something very special to share with the two of you.
Ah, not again. What is it now?
Mask of Chaos.
Why am I not surprised?
Wow, this Layton is a bit of a dick.
That has captured your imagination.
A little,
Yeah.
just a
Wait, a
little
bit of a dick?
That's
Awesome.
alright.
Hold on.
Which means that tonight we do what I want to do, correct? 8 o'clock, right, Herschel? Angela, you too. To the future that awaits.
Once again, go.
A lawsuit, you could call it.
Once again,
Typical Randall. He never gives up.
I love how, like, instantly. Instantly, it's incredibly easy for me to immediately like Randall. The writing does a really great job at making his
I might be able to
personality
get some reading
shine.
in before getting around to his, though.
Anyway, what you were saying, Shiroi, that Teen Layton is a dick?
Just a little bit.
But
He's a bit-
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, to be fair, Shiroi, I think, I mean, if you had a friend who's constantly dragging you on to his adventures, to which you are not really interested, I mean, wouldn't you be kind of sick of it at some point? Come on.
True.
I think it's perfectly understandable for him to be like, oh, what is it now?
Well, I think she's also talking about how he kind of makes a bit of fun, but just a tiny bit of a dick. You know, like all the fun sort
He's
of dick.
snarky. He's snarky.
Exactly,
Well,
that's
he's-
He's
right.
got far too good at fencing lately.
Trust me, Shiroi, you'll feel sorry for saying that in Chapter 6.
This
not
is a
going to
level 5 game, so I'm pretty
Let
sure
me
I
say my
will.
lines. I'm not going to let him win the next bout.
So this is where Layton grew up. Well, partly grew up.
Remind me, again, I might be wrong, Stansbury, is that an actual real town? Stansbury?
I've
hang
heard
on.
of that.
Let me
I'm
check.
not sure.
I'll
I'm
check.
looking it up now.
I know that it's definitely a place in America, but I don't know if it's a place in Britain.
Well, it's actually it's in
Oh,
South Australia.
it's South Australia. Huh, interesting. So basically,
Oh,
this is
so I guess this takes place in Australia?
No, it doesn't. It takes place still in England. Still, it's just that I guess they wanted to make a fictionalized version of Stansbury because the town is pretty. I guess I don't know. Anyway, this is a fictionalized version of England anyway. So,
Hello, Ma. I'm home.
all right, I'll be Mom, I'll be Ma, and Jova will be Pa.
Goody.
Oh, Herschel, dear, would you come over here for a second? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yes, Mom. Of course. Is something the matter?
Okay, so once again we have to use the zoom feature.
Find out what Ma wants.
Mom, are you invisible again?
No, I'm behind the shelf, honey. Just use your zoom feature.
I have to use a zoom feature just to get around my house?
Yes,
Apparently.
Yes, honey, this is how the interface in this game is.
What about that dog?
Oh, it's the neighbor's dog, honey. Oh my god. He's still barking.
Nothing like a good glass of fruit juice in the morning to start the day, nice and refreshed, even though it's the end of the day. Oh yes, the label. Every bottle comes with a fruity puzzle. Here we go. What does this one say?
Even when he's not really into puzzles, he can never escape them.
Okay, puzzle 18. That's juicy. The owner of a juice factory wanted to send a gift to 3 important customers. To make sure no one was offended, they were all given 18 litres of juice, but there weren't enough of each bottle size to make the shipments identical, so they went out of business. Still, the owner was able to make up 3 shipments of 18 litres using different sets of small, medium and large bottles. Can you work out how many litres of juice each size of bottle holds? All the sizes are whole numbers, by the way.
So basically, it's a matter of figuring out exactly what a large bottle, a medium bottle, and a small bottle. So which possible combination of 3 different numbers of liters can lead to the point where you can actually distribute to 3 people, to 18 in various combinations. And it's this. Basically, it's a matter of math and deduction. So there we go.
631.
I'm not certain.
There we go.
He's getting better at it.
Yes, I did get it.
Are you done with that puzzle, honey? Can you actually talk to me now?
Yes, Mom.
Good.
Forgive me, but I've got a condition. I must solve puzzles. Ma likes to buy grape juice for the recipes on the packaging. I'd probably pick orange if I had a choice, though, and since when do British people call them Ma or Pa? I've never heard any.
I guess the translators forgot to change that part. Because the UK
But I thought that this is when they were still getting stuff in Britain at this time first.
Actually, Jova, even back in Curious Village, the UK version of Layton games always is the script is always touched up a little bit for UK gamers. But I guess that.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm saying it's like going to go by Miracle Mask. Weren't the Layton games coming out first in Europe? So
no, but they're still localized in America, though.
In Wales, I think it's actually Mam and Dad.
Anyway, your father said they were old acquaintances of his and just went off with
a lot of emphasis on the A.
Lucille!
Basically, Pa left with some shady guys who she doesn't know, so she's worried as fuck. Basically, every time, Lucille is the kind of mom where every time something, the least bit unusual happens, she worries a lot, basically. 6 hours ago, where on earth can it be? Oh, I know these men look, whatever.
Calm down, Ma. I'm sure he's fine. Do you want me to go out and look for him?
Yes, please. Oh, Herschel, would you? I'll stay here in case he comes home.
Alright then, I'll be back soon, so don't worry, okay?
Thank you, Herschel. And do be careful. If anything happens, just cry out for help as loud as you can. I'll keep an ear out.
And then she'll panic.
I'll be fine, Ma. Nothing will happen to me. I'll find Pa and bring him back. This is definitely not foreshadowing at all.
Actually, it's not foreshadowing anything, believe it or not. We're just establishing how she is.
Lucille's just paranoid.
But they're actually not going for that. Actually, they're just establishing how worrisome she is at all.
Then again, considering what we find out in Aslan Legacy, she kind of does have a reason to be paranoid.
True. But we're not at that game yet.
We'll see
we're not
you
there
for
yet.
Part 8.
Yeah.
Alright, see you everybody.